The grace of God is sufficient for you. God just put something in my heart. You know, many of you, when it comes to a ministry like the gospel of God's grace, you are always thinking about yourself. I got a job, I'm no longer going to church. I got promoted, I'm no longer going to church. God is not just about your finances. I think you saw last Sunday children crying all over the church. You remember? Yes. Children doing what? Crying. Because what the Holy Spirit brought up is something that affects all kids. You don't know why your child is into marijuana. You don't know. You don't know why your children are into drugs. You don't know. You don't know why your children like to close themselves in the bedroom. They are not talking to anyone. Even you barely see your children. Your children are prisoners. You are better in terms of trouble, because you can think about the way out. But your children are worse because they don't know how to come out of them. Please hear me. You are better because every time you think about your situation, if I do this, I can come out of that. But your children, they don't know how to come out of their trouble. That's how bad. Now, when realizing that they are in a prison, nobody understands, nobody sees it, even themselves, they don't know how to come out of it, they don't know what to say to the father, the parents are always harsh, but I'm in trouble. But the way my mother talked to me, the way my father talked to me, they don't know what I'm facing. It is better I take something that will make me forget about myself. Something that will make me high. I will not even reason properly. So that is when drug, marijuana, alcohol addiction come in. And if you have noticed, when your children start doing this thing, if they do drug, it's excessive. Because they don't want reality at all. Most of the time, before classroom, they take them, so that when they go to the class, they don't see themselves. By the time school come out, they are heading home to go see you. They take it again, they take it again, they take it again. And the sad thing about this thing they take, you cannot trace it with the eyes. The eyes will be clear as if there is nothing they took. And once they get home, Daddy, I'm tired, I want to sleep, my head is aching. So this is where your children are. When you begin to listen to what I'm saying, you will now know that your child is there. And this has nothing to do with gender. My son, my daughter, sing. If it's girls, it's worse. Because after all this, they become prostitutes. Sleep with this one, sleep with this one, sleep with this one, sleep with this one. That is all of you here. If now you are thinking about church, you think about yourself alone. You are not doing yourself justice. Look at that child. That prophecy would not come if the child was home. And the child came because she was following the parents. If the parents were not here because they prospered, the child too would not come to the church. Because mommy is the one who started this thing. Daddy is the one who started this thing. If they stop going to church, it means the thing does not work. It means they were lost. I don't want to be lost. They don't come to church. If she was home, she would not receive such a prophecy. Think again, please, my dearest people. I beg you, think again when it comes to God. Think twice. Let me tell you something about children, which I know you forget. These people, they never beg you. They never asked you to bring them here. You are the one who decided to bring them here. I want to repeat myself. This child never stood anywhere and begged you, please, ma, I want to come that side. Please, say, I want to come. It is your decision that made them come. If not you, they wouldn't be here. That is why on the last day, the Lord is going to ask you about these people. More than fighting to save yourself, they are your responsibility. On the last day, you'll be asked, where is this boy? Where is this one? If not you, this child wouldn't be like this. If not you, this boy wouldn't be like this. This girl, many of you see, many of you here, I know your children are not here. And you'll be saying to me, they refuse to come to the church. Who are they? You are not serious. Who is refusing to come to the church? It means the foundation you laid is wrong. If your child will tell you, I'm going this side, I'm not going that side, it means the foundation you laid is very wrong, is very questionable. Who are they? To tell you I'm not going that side. Where are they going? So it means you got it wrong. The way you started, the way you raised them is very wrong. If they will tell you, I want to go to church, I don't want to go to church, it means you started, the way you began is very wrong. No, I don't want to force my child to come to church. Please, you have to force them. You say, I don't want to force them. You must force them. If you don't force them, Satan is going to force them the other way. If I'm talking to you. And you know that your children, as they grow now, becoming teenager, they reason, they think. Am I true? My mother, if your coming to church does not bring about a change in you, your child know you, know your habits, and they know your weakness. If your coming to church does not bring a change in you, they will not follow you. This woman, she keep taking us there. She keep going to church. But look at the way she behaves. Look at what she's doing. Look at the way she talked to us. She oftentimes insults us. She talk bad stuff to us. If this is what church does, then I'm okay. Still, you are responsible for their downfall. Had you come to this ministry and observe me, and you get to realize that what I preach is not what I live, you would have come in and go out. True? It means my testimony plays a great role in your salvation. My character. It's not just the issue of preaching. The man is preaching. The message is very good. The message is very good. No. My testimony, my character, my lifestyle plays a great role in your salvation. You too, your testimony, your character, your lifestyle plays a great role in the life of your kids. So that is why the gospel of God's grace ministry is not a church of prosperity. Number one, salvation of souls. Prosperity comes afterwards. I cannot just come here and I'm talking prosperity. You have to prosper. You must drive Lamborghini. You need to... My friend, thieves drive Lamborghini if you don't know. Thieves. But they remain thieves. Crooked people live in double story, triple story, but they are still crooked. They are still evil. My number one message is not prosperity. Here, I preach discipline, character, change. Because somebody is looking over me like this. There is somebody looking over me like this, looking at my work like this, looking at everything that I do like this. Somebody initiated the genesis, the beginning of the gospel of God's grace ministry. This church is God's breath. I must be careful. This church is God's breath. God had... I must be very, very careful. When you people leave this world, God is going to ask you about your children. God is going to ask you about what you did with your finances. God is going to ask you what you did with your money, with me. The greatest thing when I will sit on the day of judgment is this ministry. That's my greatest fear. This young man, this is what I gave you. What did you do with my talent? I anointed you. What did you do with my anointing? If you think only about self, me, when it comes to church, you are not reasoning properly. Your children are prisoners. You cannot open the prison. Only Jesus. And Jesus will not open that prison if you don't seek him. You have to seek him. You have to come to Jesus. And you don't tell Jesus, Jesus, I'm going to be with you for 10 days. If in 10 days you don't give me prophecy, I'm going. Jesus is not your uncle. He's the God of the universe. He existed before there was anything called existence. He's the only man that when you think about the time he began, you run mad. He's the only person. When you say, when did Jesus begin? When did God start existing? You go mad because of infinity. He's not a person that you can toss back and forth. Do this for me. If you don't do this, I don't kneel down before you. No. You don't know him. That is why you believe you can talk anyhow. And because of that, you are under debt. You are in debt. In debt. Because of the way you talk. And thank God he is God. If he was not God, the God he is, many would be late now. Jesus hates rebellion, murmuring, complaining, talking without stop. He hates it. Go and read what he did with the Israelites when they complained. He said in an oath, all these people are going to die in the desert. All of them. Those who came out of Egypt, all of them are going to die in the desert. Only their children will enter the promised land. And they all died in the desert. They did not fornicate. They did not commit adultery. He killed them for murmuring, complaining only, no fornication. That is the man you came to kneel before. He hates complaint, freedom of speech, only in politics, not in life. When you talk to your child, you just talk anyhow. And you may not know that one of the reasons why your child keep failing is the word you said one day. The word generated a curse, which you are moving up and down in churches today, looking for solution. You just have to reverse your word. The thing you have said, you have to reverse that. Word of advice. Then, never be in haste to talk. Be in a hurry. Never be in haste to talk. At home, when there's a misunderstanding, don't be quick to talk. No matter how many times you will repeat, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, please forgive me, please forgive me. That your sorry will not delete the word you said to your husband, to your wife when you were angry. It will not delete it. Some of you say, I apologize to her many times. She does not want to listen. No matter how many times you say, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, you cannot delete what you have said with that I'm sorry. And the forgiveness you force a person through the throat is not genuine. You want to push it through the throat. She must forgive me. She must forgive me. She must forgive me. If you want to push it through the throat, you are not genuine. So you believe you've got right to error. You've got right to wrong. You've got right to, because at the end of it, in the name of forgiveness. I told you last time, many of your prayer of forgiveness, God did not hear. I'm sorry, Lord. I am sorry, Lord. That is the prayer you make every Sunday. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Because God realized that the word you are saying is not from your heart. He has not released forgiveness yet. That's why, through prophecy, I can still bring the abortion you committed 20 years ago, but you've been in the church for the past 5 years. What happened to the prayer you made for the past 5 years for forgiveness? God was not listening to you. God was not listening to you because He knows you are not serious. If God has forgiven you, He will not show me the mistake you did, because it is God who showed me. I don't see by myself. He's the one who showed me. See, look here. This is what the woman did. If He has forgiven you, He does not need to show me. Somebody show me. I told you, this ministry is God's bread. The man who showed me is the one you are praying to. So if He realizes that your sin is still red. So this is where you are stuck. You say, I prayed this morning, I prayed last time, I asked for forgiveness. The reason he showed me is because he did not forgive you. Why not? He know you are not serious. He know you. And I know too, because I have seen people coming to me, rolling on the ground. Man of God, I'm so stupid to do this. Rolling on the ground. But still, after a month or 2 or 5 months, they go and do worse. I, Cedric, have seen that. Afterwards, they go and do worse than what they brought the other time. I don't know if you people are listening to what I'm saying. Yes. Are you listening to what I'm talking about? Yes. So I want to leave you here. This is 2025. Fresh. This year is fresh. Decide to do the right thing. Thank you.